Okay, so dear student, back to the topic over here. The portion we are again going to continue it out, and we were discussing onto the plastate termed as an chloroplast. So let's have the structure of these chloroplast. When you look the structure of these chloroplasts, let's take an example. This is a chloroplast over here. So let's take an example. This is the portion of chloroplast. Okay, so what happens over here? We have just cut it down this small portion so you can see it easily onto the inner side of chloroplast, and this is the back portion of the chloroplast. This is the portion. So here, this is the back portion of the chloroplast. What happens when you see inner side to the chloroplast? It is also having two membrane. One, it is the outer membrane. This is the outer membrane, and one of the inner membrane which is going to be present. So these is the inner membrane. So let's see it over here. This is the portion of which membrane is over here. This is the portion of inner membrane. So here one of them it is the outer membrane, and one of them it is the portion of inner membrane. Now see, as you have seen in case of mitochondria that the inner membrane was having several foldings. These are also having several foldings, but here the foldings are in a different structures over here. So let's take an example. This is a folding, and this folding has a disc like structure. Not only the single disc is going to be present, but many discs are going to be attached over here. So these are the disc like structure is going to be present, and a single disc, it is termed as an thylakoid, and a group of thylakoid, it is termed as an granum, singular. So what is this? This is a single one. They are been termed as an thylakoid, and here this portion it is been termed as an granum. Now next to this portion, move it again over here. Again I am showing the connection over here. This is the portion of connection. So here these are the group of thylakoids, that is a granum. Again another granum I am showing. A large numbers of granums are present. Not only the single granums are present, but many different kinds or many granums are going to be present over here, and each granum has a different kinds of functions within it. So here these are all the portions of what? These are all the portions of granum. These are all the portions of granum over here. Each of these granum are in a joint condition. They are in a combination. So they are in a joint over here. They are joint or they are linked to each other like this. This is also in a connection. So here you can see that each of these granum are in a combined over here. Apart from this case, these region apart from the granum, it is termed as an stroma, and inside this stroma there is a presence of genetic material, that is a DNA, as like the mitochondria, that is a DNA over here. So this is the portion of deoxyribose nucleic acid DNA, and here ribosomes are there. So what is this, dear student? These are the ribosome. But here the ribosome is of which type over here? 70S type. And onto the inner side of the ribosome here, a stored food materials are also there, and these stored food material are in a form of starch granules. They are in a form of starch granules. They are in a form of starch granules over here. So this is the characteristics feature of the part of the chloroplast over here. One thing I would like to tell you that the granum has a capacity to carry out light reaction, and here the stroma also has to be carried out to process of dark reaction. The stroma carry out the dark reaction and granum constitute the light reactions within them. When you take out the thylakoid, you can see it out. The thylakoid has a structure like this over here. They are having these kinds of a structure. So this is the structure of these case of thylakoid. Now see what happens over here. Inner side to the thylakoid, this space, it is termed as an lumen. The thylakoid lumen we used to call it as an, and inner side to the thylakoid lumen, pigments are going to be present, and these pigment can be either chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, any of the photosynthetic pigment would be there. So this is the characteristics features of what? Chloroplast. Next to these, another last plastid, chromoplast was initially. This is the chloroplast, and the last one which is going to come, it is been termed as an leucoplast. These leucoplast is a colorless body. Colorless body. They do not have a color within them. They are meant for the storage of food. They are meant for storage of food. They are differently meant for what over? They are meant for the storage of food, that food are going to be stored within them. The leucoplasts are classified again into three parts. The first one, it is termed as an amyloplast, stores the starch. It stores what over here? Starch within them. Next one, all uroplast. These all uroplast is going to store proteins, and the third one, it is termed as an ileoplast, and these ileoplast is the storage of what over here? Lipid. So they are meant for the storage of three things. Amyloplast stores the starch, all uroplast stores the protein, ileoplast stores the lipid within them. And this was the simple basic structure regarding the part of what? Regarding the part of chloroplast or the plastid. So just look it carefully for a meanwhile time, and then we are going to move forward for this. Okay, so dear students, let's move ahead into the another part. The another portion that I am going to discuss over here, it is the portion of a specialized kind of a system in case of a organelle, and this system, it is termed as an endomembrane system. This is an endomembrane system over here. The endomembrane system, it is also been termed as an GERL system. GERL system over here. Here the term GERL, G is standing for Golgi apparatus. ER is standing for endoplasmic reticulum, and L is standing for lysosome. So here in an endomembrane system, only the three organelles are going to be participate: Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosome. Initially we are going to look individually the three things, and then we are going to combine what is the functions of each of them. So let's take an example. Here I am showing you the portion of nucleus. A halfly structured nucleus is there. So this is the nucleus present over here, and you very well know that the nucleus has a combination, or inside that there is a location of chromosome. These are the chromosomes over here. So now see, in attachment with the nucleus, a specialized organelle is going to be present over here, and these organelle has a shape of network, or they are going to have, let's draw some small over here so that we can have a space. So here a network like structure is present, and these network like structure is extended throughout the cytoplasmic part, starting from nucleus until ending to the portion of what over here, ending to the portion of plasma membrane. Fine, so a specialized group of structures is going to be present over here, and network like structure is there. And what happened, it is also completely double membrane. They are also having a double membrane. I am just drawing in a single one only. They are also having what over here, the double membrane structure. And these double membrane structure, it is nothing but they are the endoplasmic reticulum. These endoplasmic reticulum has a ribosome on its surface, and due to the presence of ribosomes on its surface, the surface becomes completely rough in structure. It becomes how over here, or what kind of over here? It becomes rough in the structure. And hence when you just put an imaginary hand on this structure, you can find it out that this structure is completely rough, and hence it is been termed as an rough endoplasmic reticulum. This is the rough endoplasmic reticulum over here. Nearby to these, the another reticulum is also going to be present, and these reticulum, it is not having a ribosome on its surface. They are not going to have a ribosome on its surface, and these kind of a reticulum, it is termed as a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum over here. Now see, these reticulum is almost having a size of about 30 to 50 micrometer. So almost in case of a nanometer we are going to have, so almost about approximately 10 micrometer in the size over here. Roughly we are taking an average. I am not going to take you the same, but I am taking an average size over here. The rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, both of them are having a different function. What is the function? Let's write it down. The difference between rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. See, the RER always remains in a connection with the nucleus. or I can write it over here. These RER have ribosome on its surface, have ribosome. SER do not have ribosome. One of them is having the ribosome and another is not having the ribosome on its surface. Next to this case of over here, in case of RER, what happens that rough endoplasmic reticulum is meant for protein synthesis, and SER, which has been present over here, they are meant for the lipid synthesis. Meant for lipid synthesis. For the synthesis of lipid is going to be taken place. And here they are meant for what over here? Protein synthesis. Those cells as like which are actively synthesizing protein, like pituitary gland, have a high amount of what? RER. And here the testes are there, ovary is there, which have a large amount of lipid secretion. They are going to have what? They are going to have more amount of SER. The inner part, these a single structure which you can observe over here. These single tube-like structure, we can call it as an lamellae. They are been termed as an what over here? Lamellae. And the lamellae are almost tube-like structure, double membrane, and inner side to these there is a presence of what? Lumen is going to be present. So just look it for a meanwhile time, and then we are going to move forward in case of these endomembrane system over here. Okay, so dear student, let's come back. I am just rubbing this much portion. Okay, so this is the portion, this was the portion of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Nearby to the RER, there is another organelle is going to be present, and these organelle, it is termed as an Golgi apparatus. So here it is the another portion, but this portion is termed as an what over here? Golgi apparatus. This has been termed as an Golgi apparatus, and these Golgi apparatus, which was been first find it out by Camillo Golgi or Camillo Golgi. The scientist was there. He was an Italian neurobiologist who first find it out from the neurons that there is a specialized kind of a darkly stained structure is present, and these darkly stained structure, it has been termed as in what? This has been termed as in Golgi apparatus. These Golgi apparatus has a three regions. The initial one, which is near to the ER, it is termed as in cis. Center one, it is termed as in medial, and the last one, it is termed as in trans phase. So the three different phases are there. The cis phase is there, the trans phase is going to be present, and the center one, that is a medial phase. These Golgi apparatus, it is meant for the processing of proteins. One of the most important thing that I would like to discuss with you, that in case of endomembrane system, these endomembrane system is meant for the correct delivery of a substance. Let's take an example. I am having one letter, and inside that letter, or I am having one envelope, and inside that envelope I am putting a letter. And now I am not putting any of the address on above it. I am not putting any address. So what happens, and if I post it out, the postman is delivering, or the postmaster is not going to deliver that envelope only. Why? Because no address is present. And if I write a false address, for an example, I would like to send to you guys a letter, and I have sent to other students. So what happened? That postmaster is going to deliver that envelope to the other students. So same like, for an example, the protein is synthesized by a ribosome in endoplasmic reticulum. But from here, protein has to deliver to its correct place, to its right place. So for the delivering of a protein to its correct place, the compulsory and correct address has to be tagged away. How these can be achieved over here? Let's take an example. We are having one of these kinds of a protein within it, and another these kinds of a protein is there. Or sorry, this kind of a protein is there, another one. Both of them are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum over here, and from an endoplasmic reticulum there is a formation of vesicles. There is a formation of what over here? There is a formation of vesicles. And inside these vesicles, both of them proteins are filled away. So as such, many of the vesicles are enveloped from endoplasmic reticulum, and these vesicles are tagged with the address, but these address is only up to Golgi apparatus. First of all, has to reach to the Golgi apparatus. So here is the address which has to be tagged over here to reach to the portion of what over here? Golgi apparatus. So from these, the small molecules are going to be enveloped over here. So these are the small molecules are separated from what over here? Endoplasmic reticulum, and each of them are filled with the different kinds of enzymes, or different kinds of proteins are there, like this. Each of these molecules are fuses with each other. Each of these molecules are going to fuse with each other. And after the fusion, they are going to convert into the first side of a Golgi apparatus, that is the cis. Cis is going to convert into the medial, and medial is going to convert into the trans. As a molecule is transforming from cis to the medial and medial to the trans, the processing inside the protein takes place, and the Golgi apparatus is the important for synthesis of glycoprotein and glycolipids. They are the important sites for the synthesis of glycolipid and glycoproteins. So here the proteins are going to be processed. So I am changing the color. They are completely processed, and now further they are going to move it away. Okay, so dear student, let's come back over here. So we were discussing in case of this was the part of the Golgi apparatus. We were discussing over here that the vesicles which are being formed, these vesicle fuses with the cis, medial and the trans, and they moves forward for the process of processing. Here, in case of these, let's take an example. Here there was the presence of plasma membrane. I am writing this is the part of plasma membrane. So here this is the portion of the plasma membrane over here. This is the part of the plasma membrane which has been present. What happens from here? The vesicles are going to be separated. The vesicles are going to be released outside over here. And the vesicles which are going to be released over here, it contains a filled different kinds of proteins within them. So some of them are having these kinds of protein, these kinds of protein. So the trans is going to completely disappear. These trans is disappeared into vesicle. So I am putting over the trans is converted into vesicle. And again from the back side, new vesicles are converted into Cs. Cs converted into medial, medial into trans, and trans again disappears away. So this process continues. But here what happened, once the vesicles are been separated from these, onto the upper side, the address which is been tagged is different kinds of address. Each of them is having a different kinds of address are been tagged over here. These vesicle has to fuse with a plasma membrane. So they are going to fuse directly with what over here? They are going to directly with the plasma membrane. And from these, the proteins are going to be released outside. The proteins are going to be released outside into the outer environment. And here what happens over here in this case, at this place, this is going to convert into lysosome. We are going to learn into the detail that what is the lysosome over here. So this was the structure, this was the important. Most of the time in a competitive examination, the questions are being asked in a sequence to the GERL system, or we can also call it as an endomembrane system. So look at a whole process for a meanwhile time, and then we are going to move forward in this case. Okay, so let's back to your students. We are going to learn the another portion within this case of a chapter, and this portion, it is another organelle, lysosome. So let's have a discussion in case of lysosome. The lysosome is a single membrane bound organelle. We can write it over here. It is a single membrane bound organelle. This is a single membrane bound organelle which is present. The lysosome, it is also been termed as a suicidal bag of cell. Suicidal bag of the cell. In the sense of what? When the cell is going to die, these lysosome starts digesting the cell over here. So hence it itself kills the cell over here. But when the death time comes, not at each and every time. So what happens if you see the lysosome? It's a bag like structure over here, and inside this lysosome various kinds of proteins are there. The first protein which is going to be it is an protease digest proteins. Next one to these, it is termed as an lipase. We can see it out, digest lipids. Next to these case, the another one apart from the lipase which is going to be present, the protease, lipase, nuclease, digest nucleic acid, and the last one which is going to come over here apart from the nucleus, it is an carbohydrate, and these carbohydrates digest carbohydrates. So these are the various kinds of the enzymes. These are the acid hydrolytic enzyme. Which are these? These are the acid hydrolytic enzyme. And what happens over here? These are the acid hydrolytic enzyme, and it digests by digesting with the help of acidic mechanism. One of the most important characteristics of the lysosome is to carry out the process of phagocytosis. Let's take an example. What is an phagocytosis? And another one, it is termed as an pinocytosis. So here the term phago in the sense of eating, it is termed as an eating, and the cytosis, it is termed as an cell eating process. Pinocytosis in the sense of drinking, cytosis in the sense of cell. This is a cell drinking process. One is the cell eating process, one is the cell drinking process. What happens in case of a phagocytosis? In this case, the solid components are only going to be taken inside. Pinocytosis, in this case, only the liquid molecules are going to be taken inside. Let's start with the learning of phagocytosis as well as the pinocytosis, both of them combinedly. Let's see, this is an arbitrary cell, imaginary cell is going to be present, and inside this imaginary cell we are going to have, this is the nucleus, this is the chromosome over here, and all the organelles are there, but I am showing you the only portions of what? Only the portion of phagocytosis. And onto the outer component there are these some materials are there, of solid material is there. It can be either food or something other. So these material are undergoing the vesicle formation. The vesicle formation is going to be taken place, and these materials starts filling inside. It is going to be filled up within the case over here, and this is going to be separated. They are going to be separated over here. What happens from this case? A lysosome is going to be present, and this contains a acid hydrolytic enzyme. This is the lysosome. So here this was the lysosome, and that was the vesicle is there. Both of them fuses with each other. So both of them are fuses, and after the process of fusion, let's see what happens. This was the vesicle, and with these there is a fusion of lysosome, and this is the portion of what over here? Lysosome. And both of them are going to form phagolysosome. This is the part of what over here? Phagolysosome formation, and after some time this is going to be digested. So this is the process of what? These are the process of phagocytosis over here. So look it for a meanwhile, and then we are going to move into the another organelle that we are going to study. Okay, well, so dear student, let's move forward into the another organelle that we are going to look over here. The another organelle which is going to come, it is termed as an vacuole. Vacuole is nothing but there is a storage bag, or it is a storage bag of cell. Storage bag of cell. It helps in the process of storage. Apart from the storage bag of the cell, vacuole is bigger in size in case of the plant cell, and smaller in size in case of animal or other cell. What happens in case of the plant cell? Let's take an example. This is the vacuole over here. the surrounding border of vacuole which is present, the surrounding border of vacuole, it is termed as an tonoplast. They have been termed as an tonoplast over here. Whatever the molecule which are been present onto the outer side, and some of the molecules are also present onto the inner side. Let's see, this is the salt concentration. Minerals are there. So the minerals onto the inner side is higher and onto the outer side is the lesser one. So as we are moving from outer side to the inner side, opposite would be there. So here the concentration is higher and here the concentration is lesser. So you can see that onto the outer side concentration is less. So in a vacuole, the substance are moved against the concentration gradient over here. In case of protist, if I tell you, in case of protist, there is the food vacuole, and in case of protozoa, as like the amoeba, there is an contractile vacuole, and these contractile vacuole which is going to be present, these contractile vacuole is generally stored or meant for the storage of excretory products, while in a protist the food vacuoles are meant for the storage of what? Food. In case of plant vacuole, they are meant for the storage of minerals, they are meant for the storage of starch and other food material. Fine, so this was the simple concept, a small concept that you have been studied in case of vacuole. So just look it forward, then we are going to move side over. Okay, well dear students, so you hope you are enjoying our video lectures over here, and if you get more, then if you would like to, if you didn't get any of the thing from this topic, then you can comment it out directly and just try to read it out, refer it out maximum time so that you can get it very efficiently that what the things are been present over here. So just subscribe it out our channel, so that in a future if you get more and if you upload the more and more videos, then you can date directly and remain in a contact with us. Thank you and have a good day.